Hello everyone, hope you're doing super duper good. Here's a video to take you through another district of Kerala, and that is Kollam. About its history, when Portuguese entered this region, they called this place as Ceylon. It was later renamed as Kollam. It is one of the oldest port cities in the Malabar coast and was the capital city of historic Venad Kingdom and Travancore Kingdom. Ceylon was once an important trading port in India. It was also known as Desinganadu. It is now known as the cashew capital of the world. Kollam has been the center of cashew industry in Kerala from the time of the Portuguese in 16th century. Having hundreds of working cashew factories in the district, Kollam still continues to be the largest processed cashew exporter in India. Kollam is a southern district of Kerala flanked by the Arabian Sea on the west, Tamil Nadu on the east, Alappuzha and Pathanamthitta districts on the north, and Trivandrum district on the south. This is the third district in my list from the Kanyakumari to Coconut travel vlog. It was a short 2 days trip to Kollam in the peak summer of the year, April. It was an accidental plan since I had some other business in Kerala. So combined this trip along with that. Heat struck and exhausted, but the beauty of backwaters and beaches in Kollam simply pulled me in. Along with a few Shiva temples in the district, we visited famous tourist spots. The entire list is given in the description. Booked via booking.com a decent hotel called Kollam Residency, but when I called for confirmation, the owner suggested to stay in the hotel located within the city. I found this as a safe option since it is close to the railway station and bus stand. Reached right at the mid-noon under scorching sun in Kollam. I hired an auto from station to the hotel. There is a prepaid auto service, so no bargaining headache. Rate is a little high compared to the normal rate in other places within Kerala. Usually auto in Kerala is cheap and best option for travel. Room was ready and I was already feeling sick and weak. We took ample rest and my partner had already identified a place for lunch. What saved us from the heat in Kanyakumari is the simple curd rice. Unfortunately, there is no curd rice system in Kerala and rarely you get to order rice and curd separately. We, two little dummies, ordered meals. It was too much, but we took what we could finish. Food here was decent. We had booked a taxi via the hotel to go to Jayu Centre, which is around 40 km far from the town. Taking a public transport was nearly impossible with the condition I was in. A comfortable AC ride till the park, that was the only option. One thing I noticed, everyone around us were so polite, whether in hotel, restaurant, taxi or auto, we felt home. But if there is a way, please avoid hiring taxis, it will cost you quite a lot. Main tip is, please avoid visiting Kerala during summer. Jayu Centre hosts world's largest bird sculpture spanning over 65 acres across 4 hills. Because of its size, it holds Guinness World Record. This is the state's first ever BOT, Build, Operate, Transfer tourism, situated at Chadayamangalam in Kollam district. Jatayu is a legendary bird from the Indian epic Ramayana. It is believed that this is actually the place where Jatayu fell after fighting a battle with Ravana. You can reach the hilltop using a cable car. One such is a museum and the 6D theatre inside the sculpture. You can even have a heli taxi experience from here. All adventure junkies, this is your perfect weekend getaway. But we had no energy to do any of this and we had hardly 1 to 1.5 hours to finish the visit. So we hired a cable taxi to reach the top. The view was breathtaking. Weather was pleasant and breezy. The place closes at 5:30. We left the place and headed towards our next spot. Kottakkal Cave Temple was our next target. Kottakkal Rock Cut Cave Temple is situated on the Thiruvananthapuram Kottayam Road and is an idyllic example of rock cut temple architecture. The temple is situated in Kottakkal village in Anchal. Reaching there was an adventure. Nobody seems to be knowing this place in the town, but thanks to Google Maps, it did not cheat us this time. Not a popular place among the localites. not a big funded temple. Very serene atmosphere, a small temple carved inside a rock. It has two cells on either side with Shivalingams in each, with a projection carrying the figure of Lord Ganapati at the center. It was built between 6th and 8th centuries CE. For this, you definitely need a car as it is quite interior from the main road. If no private vehicle or taxi, you can give it a skip. Since I love old architecture, I enjoyed these little moments spent there. On the way back to town, we stopped at a village side tea shop. The tea was made in a smoky ancient brick stove. It had that authentic Kerala chaya taste. I'm not a fan of that milky tea, but enjoyed that stopover to witness some simplicity around. The return drive was peaceful. I had a quick nap and then felt all fresh. We had to visit 2 more temples within town and then headed for dinner from there. It was quick to get to bed as I was already exhausted due to bad health. Day 2 started with 2 temples that were a bit far from the town. After a good breakfast, we hired an auto to the temples. I like autos in Kerala as this is one state we don't have to bargain on the rate. We booked the same auto for the evening plan as well. Next spot was within town, so we hired another auto for the short ride, say around 2 to 3 kilometers. We headed to Tangasheri Lighthouse, known as Dutch Ceylon. During British rule, this delightful destination has retained its cherished identity as the gold village among the locals. It was built in 1902 and is the second tallest lighthouse on the entire coast of Kerala. You will get a ticket for just 20 rupees. It was not crowded at all. And you know why? Yes, we reached almost at the noon time and nobody dares to step out in that sun, isn't it? I loved the scenery around the lighthouse. We walked around the park and then took a lift to the top and then 1 spiral stairs to climb. It was fun and then the view from the top was stunning. Beach and a long maritime bridge extending to the sea. I got instantly attracted to that bridge. Weather was pleasant and a bit cloudy, so we decided to walk till the end. Walked. It was not reaching the end. We also felt a little unsafe walking all along such a deserted pathway. The sun was back with its maximum intensity. I started feeling sick again, but managed to walk back after capturing some good photos on the way. Try to visit that place in the evening. It will be really fun. I have heard a lot about a famous cool drink called Kuliki Sharbat in Kerala. There was nothing near to the lighthouse, so we kept walking. I was almost collapsed due to heat, so rushed to a small shop after walking some distance. I literally blessed the shop owner for putting a shop down there. Kuliki Sharbat was so refreshing and filling. I got back my life, I felt. My fellow partner didn't seem much tired. She was happily taking pics of my dead and tanned face. Headed back to room after good lunch and skipped other 2 tourist spots from my list. If you're not there in summer, then try to cover Anjago Fort and Kilimanur Palace. I do not want to skip the most awaited spot of the day, that is Varkala Beach. The ride was interesting along the beach side in the auto we hired. This beach is also called as Papanasam Beach, which is considered to have medicinal and curative properties. A dip in the holy waters at this beach is believed to purge the body of impurities and the soul of all sins. Most attractive thing here is the shopping street on the cliff. A must visit and have a good walk across the street. After the beach visit, I felt much better. A peaceful dinner near the hotel and then it was time to crash on the bed. Day 3. After an early morning temple visit at Kottarakara, we headed towards Monro Island, where I had booked a morning 2-hour canoe tour. An auto ride via narrow roads through the residential area, witnessing sunrise at the riverside, had an amazing morning that day. Unforgettable beauty. Monro Island is a hidden pearl in the backwaters, which is composed of a cluster of 8 islands at the confluence of the Ashtamudi Lake and the Kallada River. Each of them is separated by small water channels and lakes. Monro Island is located about 27 km from Kollam. The place is named in honor of resident Colonel John Monro of the former princely state of Travancore. He is said to have integrated several backwater regions by digging canals. Some of this island's main attractions are the narrow waterways, canal cruise, and the famous Kallada boat race held here during the 10-day festival of Onam. While Alleppey is famous as the Venice of India, Monro Island is rightly known as the hidden Venice of India. The canoe tour was the highlight of our trip and is one of the best things to do at the Monro Island. We went past villages and observed the daily village life that involved coir making, prawn farming, fish farming, and country boat construction. The canoe ride was adventurous as well, as we had to bend down while passing below the low-lying concrete bridges and constantly watch out for the tree branches that bent precariously over the water. We sailed through several zigzag tiny canals that finally opened up to the vast Ashtamudi lake. It was an amazing feeling. The most surreal part of our canoe tour was towards the end when our boatman rowed the boat towards the thick mangrove plantations and sailed the canoe beneath a naturally formed mangrove arch. He stopped the boat at one place where we climbed up the low-lying trees and clicked some memorable pictures. I got a chance to row the canoe for a minute with that long stick. Oh, thrilling, and I was looking really funny as well. The right time to go for a ride is early morning, as it will be too humid and hot after 9 am. We returned to hotel quite early, post a good breakfast, took ample rest again, and could not have planned anything else that sunny morning anyway. We had train to catch in the afternoon, so packed up a quick lunch at nearby restaurant, headed towards the station a bit early, and that's the end of my peak summer holiday with lots and lots of memories. Stay tuned, I'll soon be back with the story of another district. Bye bye.